Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with the Atakline for Thursday, March 28th, 2013. Of course, tomorrow's, Good Friday, Easter weekend. So, this is probably my last Atakline for the weekend. So, I hope everyone has a good Easter this weekend. But, let's get this very brief, short kind of Atakline started with news on the Iheart Music Festival, the only music news of the day. The Iheart Music Festival is the third year in a row. They just announced that it'll be going on for the third year in a row. It's been going on since 2011. In the last 2 years, the Iheart Music Festival, in its diverse lineup, has invaded the MGM Grand in Vegas. Lineup people who have been in the festival for the last 2 years. Lady Gaga, Kenny Chesney, Jennifer Lopez, and Steven Tyler in 2011. Last year, you had Aerosmith, Taylor Swift, Lil Wayne, Bon Jovi, and of course, Green Day was led to Billy Joel going to rehab. But now they announced that Iheart Music Festival is coming back on September 21st and the 28th and the 21st. The lineup will not be announced until probably later this summer. At least you know one thing. Iheart Music Festival is back. They always take their time when it comes to announcing the lineup. They also announced that they're going to have the Rising Star contest again through Macy's to have a Rising Star perform on the Iheart Festival. Of course, it'll probably be streamed on the internet. And of course, played on the Iheart stations, Clear Channel radio stations, including those here in Michigan, Channel 955, 100.3, and 97.9. So, there you go, Iheart Music Festival, back this year, this September. That's only music news for today. On with TV news. My thoughts on last night's Duck Dynasty and Modern Family. First off, Modern Family. Good to see Modern Family back after a few weeks off. Great episode last night. It was all about parenting. There was like a parent episode, like no matter what happens, your parents may embarrass you or do dumb things, but in the end, parents are parents and they love you no matter what. Like the scenario with Phil and his daughters trying to teach them to do housework. That was like kind of a weird scenario, but kind of worked out well, but not exactly. But anyway, it was a fun episode. Great episode to come back with. The last episode I did before they came back was great, and I'm happy they're back for at least a couple more weeks. Maybe to take another break or two before the end of the season. But it was a great way to come back. The Fuencio storyline with Jed giving Rachel a stranger who was Claire's friend, apparently. What if it wasn't Claire's friend? Just using him. And Claire and Mitchell, actually Cam, going back to the house they were going to do up a house, what they did, with a little bit of renovating with the ending with the fish. That was funny, with the fish flying out of the fountain. Anyway, and also Mitch trying to play handball got banned from the school. Anyway, of Lily's school. But it was a good episode last night from Modern Family. Happy it's back. And of course, Duck Dynasty was on. Only one episode last night. It's not back-to-back. It's just one episode now. The next couple weeks, it's just going to be one instead of 2 episodes. But the episode that aired last night was pretty good. Very funny as usual with Cy and all the guys hunting. And Jace apparently lost his wedding ring, but he had it in his pocket the whole time. It was a good episode. He was close to getting a tattoo. But when he finally reached in his pocket, he realized his ring was in his pocket the whole fucking time. So, there you go. The Duck Dynasty and Modern Family reviews. We'll be on again next week. Now, on the sports news, I got a lot of things to talk about. WrestleMania. I said there were some matches being built up for Mania. And 2 matches I predicted on my wall review on Monday. 2 matches I predicted would be added. All added. First, I predicted after Miz's victory over Wade Barrett this past Monday in a title matchup, he will get a title shot at Mania. And I'm right. Miz will face Wade Barrett at Mania 1-on-1. Should be a great matchup. The matchup on Raw is pretty good, but Mania should be good as well if they give it enough time. And another match I predicted, despite my disdain, we saw what happened last week on Raw with World Scholars getting the victory over Team Tenzai, Sweet Tea, and Borders Clay after the distraction from a catfight involving Bella Twins and Funkadactyls. I predicted an 8-person mixed tag, and I am right on that. They just added that match. Funkadactyls teaming up with Bonus Clan Tensai, Sweet Tea against World Scouts and Bella Twins. One petition I was off on. I thought it would be a pre-show match where it belonged. Unfortunately, it's on the main card as of now, which it doesn't belong. I do feel bad for World Scouts. You know, they're in a shitty situation. They just came back, and now they're gonna be in a stupid mixed tag match at Mania. I feel bad for them. You know, they should have been in the title match, the tag team title match, instead of Ziggler and Big E. But hey, there's WWE booking for you. But hopefully, World Scouts gets a rematch for the titles after going through this nonsense with, of all people, Sweet Tea and Tensai, and Sweet Tea and Porter's Clay. So there you go. 2 new matches announced for WrestleMania. Also announced for WrestleMania. WrestleMania, the last couple of years, they've had something else that doesn't belong in Mania. And I'm a music guy. Performances. You had Kid Rock perform 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I love him, but he didn't belong. Last year, you had Machine Gun Kelly and Flow Rider performing, which I like him, but I just don't think they belong. And of all fucking people, WWE has just announced performing at WrestleMania, Bitch Diddy. I like to call him that. Yes, Bitch Diddy, what do you want to call him? P. Diddy, Pop Daddy, Sean Combs is performing at Mania. Why? I know his song, Coming Home, is one of the theme songs for Mania, but why in the hell is he fucking showing up? He's also putting on an event during Mania weekend. So, a white party? You know, white suits and shit, but who knows? But I can't believe having another fucking performer, Diddy. So, can't believe Bitch Diddy is going to perform at Mania. No one was performing the America the Beautiful. They always have a performer for that. I heard rumors George Michael. Maybe it's just a wrestling site spreading rumors, but that ain't true now. Maybe just making a joke out of it. Maybe they announced who's going to sing America the Beautiful probably on Monday. And I mentioned on yesterday's Atakline, they announced some of the inductors for the Hall of Fame of WWE for April the 6th. Now, I said yesterday, Mick Foley's inductors announced to be Terry Funk. Earlier this week on Raw, Arnold Schwarzenegger was announced to be the inductor for Bruno Sammartino. And now we just found out the inductor for Bob Backlund. Weird choice, in my mind. Maria Menounous. Yes, the Access Hollywood reporter who fought at last year's WrestleMania in a Divas tag. And it's just been announced for WWE to induct Bob Backlund. Why, of all people? They could have picked, well, let me say this. Iron Sheik, the guy who beat Bob Backlund for the title. You know, too bad he doesn't speak much good English to induct Bob Backlund. Hogan's already in TNA, of course. But now you got Maria Menounos. According to WWE, who released a press release on why Maria Menounos was chosen to induct Mr. Backlund into the WWE Hall of Fame. It says that Maria Menounos has looked up to Bob Backlund as a kid and met him through partner Kevin Undergaro, who is head writer of Single Out. Kaz Backlund, the guest star alongside Jenny McCarthy and Chris Hardwick. Menounos then worked with Backlund on a comedy feature in the Land of Merry Misfits. The two have been close ever since. Backlund was present at Menounos' Miss Massachusetts USA competition and ran alongside her at the Nike Celebrity Road Race. Menounos released a statement about inducting Bob Backlund, saying it's an honor to induct my good friend Bob Backlund into the WWE Hall of Fame. Watching him carry the title for since unmatched 5 years and then stage such an incredible comeback with a reinvented persona puts him in a class all his own. Added his incredible work ethic and high moral caliber, you have everything that defines the world champion. And astonishingly, he can still wrestle with guys a third of his age. He's my hero and my friend. Can't wait for the ceremony. Bob Backlund says, I'm humbled to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. Maria's been a friend for years. I can't think of someone I would rather have induct me at MSG. And it's probably my question. I think, hey, Maria's a fan. You know, this proves Maria's a fan and that she and Backlund are friends. I think Backlund probably personally chose her for this occasion. So there you go. Maria Menounos to induct Bob Backlund. Bitch Diddy, of all people, to perform WrestleMania. And 2 new matches made to Mania that I fully predicted was going to be added at Mania No one, I'd rather not AJ and Caitlyn will fight for the Divas title yet. I'm hearing that may be announced soon. So there you go. Now, on with TNA Impact Wrestling tonight, of course, live tonight from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Top 4 questions that must be answered tonight. Before I get to that, I heard that we saw a little bit of the new rules of the X Division last week in a triple threat match with Kenny King, Zima Ion, and I forgot the third man. The third man of that match. It was Kenny King, Zima Ion, and Sanjay Dutt, who boxed a lot. All X Division matches are now going to be triple threat matches, which I think is a cool idea. We have all triple threat matches for X Division. Be very more exciting, more spot fest like it was last week. So there you go. Top 4 questions now that must be answered for TNA tonight. Question number 4. Who will call out who tonight during Open Fight Night? I bet you a lot of Ace and 8 members, specifically the World Champion, Bully Ray, Devon, Gary Briscoe are going to have targets on the backs. Of course, we did not see much of Ace and 8's last week. It was an Ace and 8's free episode of them attacking, but they might be going to be there again this week, though. After just a video snippet of Bully Ray's con of how he fought TNA, we'll see what happens tonight on Open Fight Night and who calls out who. Especially, like I said, Ace and 8's targets on their backs for sure. Question number 3. Will AJ finally speak about his actions? Now, AJ attacked James Storm a few weeks ago. People questioning why. I've said it once. I said it again. I know it's part of the storyline, but everyone should be not dumb to know why AJ attacked James Storm. He got pinned by James Storm at Turning Point. The cost him a shot at the championship for a year until this year's Bound for Glory. We saw last week AJ didn't do anything. Last week he was like trying to be interviewed by Mike Tenay. He didn't say anything. Even James Storm confronted him, making fun of AJ's new demeanor. So we'll see if AJ says anything or does anything. Like I said, he's probably trolling everybody. So there you go. And will James Storm call him out? Or will AJ call someone out? I bet you James Storm will probably call out AJ, or AJ call out Storm. But I think Storm will be the calling out part. So there you go. Number 2. Will Sting fix his broken relationship with Hulk Hogan? Sting and Hogan are not in the best of terms since Hulk Hogan felt betrayed and mistrusted by Sting, who let Hogan put his trust into Bully Ray when Hogan knew in his heart that Bully Ray was going to stab him in the back, which he did, and join Ace and Ace as the president and be TNA champion. So Sting and Hogan have not had the best relationship in weeks. Hogan's losing his trust in Sting. We'll see if they try to patch things up again tonight. Sting took on Austin Aries 2 weeks ago. And will Sting call anyone from Ace and Ace? We'll see what happens there. Probably. Likely. Question number 1. What will go down between Jeff Hardy and Ace and Ace? Now, of course, Jeff Hardy won a Fatal 4-Way match last week, putting up his number 1 contender spot against Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, and Magnus. Yes, Magnus. So Hardy won the match. He retained his number 1 contendership. He'll face the champ, Bully Ray. I'm guessing it's Slammiversary. So probably Hardy will, like many others, call out someone from Ace and Ace tonight. So, of course, he attacked Hardy during the pay-per-view lockdown, causing the title. So Hardy wants payback. Big time. Especially now he's going to take on Bully Ray for the title soon enough. Find out what happens today on Impact. Live from Jonesboro at 8, 7 Central on Spike TV. Bellator right after that. That is it for the Atakline for today. See you all later for my Raw review tonight. And my Raw review about my Impact review tonight. With everybody, you've all been attacked by the news from Zach. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great Easter weekend, everybody. Yeah.